Hey Alex, how you doing? This is Greg here. We connected on the Facebook group California Contractors, and I said that I would send you a video showing you what you could do to get more customers visiting your website, so that you could spend less time advertising your services here on Facebook, and your website would do all the work for you, finding those customers and bringing them to you. So what I'm going to do here, Alex, is take a look at your website and give you some suggestions as to what you could do to get on the first page of Google. If you're on the first page of Google, that's where your customers are starting their search for services like yours. Now, by way of overview, I'm going to talk to you in about 3 different areas that you could think about changing up your website to get more traffic, more customers finding you. First is going to be about content. That's the words and images on your website, the quality and the quantity. The second is going to be, how do we drive trust to your website? We drive trust by linking your website from other websites. This is called backlinks. The more links you have, and as long as Google trusts those websites that you're linked to, the more they trust you. And if they trust you, then they can rank you on the first page of Google. And the last thing here is citations. This is directory listings that help you win the maps section of Google. So let me show you what's happening here quickly, your website. Okay. I'm taking a look at your website in this analytics tool that I have, and I can show you here your website does not attract any traffic today. 0 visitors per month, whereas one of your competitors, 5-star installation up there in Sacramento, over 700 visitors a month. And if we factor in a reasonable conversion rate, this could be 50 jobs a month at least, or more, or at least they could choose the best jobs that they can do. So there's a lot of work that we can do to get your website ranked in Google. Let's take a look at content. So Alex, I'm looking at your website here, and the first thing I'm going to say is I think it looks appealing. I think it's engaging. I love this imagery that you have here, and it's nicely laid out. It's pretty clean. It's not too cluttered. What does Google care about? Google cares about the content, so mainly the words that are on your website. When we talk about words, we're talking about quality and quantity. So it's really important that you have enough words in your website. If you have enough words in your website, then Google will assume that you are an authority. So you can write enough about your services that you must at least know what you're talking about. That allows Google to assume that you are an authority. And second, if there are lots of words on your website, then Google will assume that somewhere in these words are the answers that their customers are looking for. So it makes you a relevant website to put on the first page of Google. The recommendation is at least 1,500 words per homepage. This is your homepage. And at least 500 words per services page. These are your services pages here. The other recommendation is that the services menu is actually shown in the header here at the top. It's much easier for navigation. But let's go ahead and count the words. So here's a quick word count tool. Your homepage maybe is slightly short of words, but you've done a good job, Alex, of getting enough words in each of these services pages. A really good job. So congratulations on that. But what's important here, and I think what might be missing, is that each of these pages needs to include what we call keywords. This is the quality aspect of the content. This is a keyword or a keyword phrase. Installation, Sacramento, California. This describes the work that you do in the area that you do it. Now, I've chosen Sacramento because Auburn, where I think you're located, is, Sacramento is the next biggest town. Well, there is Roseville and there is Yuba City, but I chose Sacramento. So here's a keyword. This is the phrase, an exact phrase that someone like me would use to find your services. Now, there are many others. Sacramento installation contractors, installation supply, Sacramento, etc., etc. So we need to pull together a list of about 20 of these keywords and make sure that your content contains these keywords exactly as they are written. This allows Google to make a match between your website and a search like this. If your website contains these words, there's a match and Google will rank you. So if we take a look at your website, again, back into this tool that I showed you, Google has currently ranked for you or indexed for you 2 keywords. Let's have a look at these keywords. USA Spray Foam, this is your very similar to your business name. and bulk fiberglass insulation. This is all that Google knows about you, okay? Whereas 5-star insulation, they have over 1,200 keywords that are ranked. We don't need to rank this many. We need 20 keywords, and they need to look something like this. Insulation Sacramento, Sacramento insulation. Here's a list of 6, but you can see that amongst these 6, there is at least 300 or 400 visits or searches per month within these keywords. So I would take these keywords, I would write your content, I'd rewrite your content around these keywords and many others from research that we would do. And this content would be very well optimized so that Google could understand your website and could rank you when someone is making a search using these search terms. Okay. So the second thing that I wanted to mention to you is what we call backlinks. So backlinks is what drives the trust score for your website. If you have a high trust score, if Google trusts you, then they can rank you. Your trust score is 1.5%. So 1.5 out of 100, not a very high score. This is because you do not have very many websites linking to your website, called a backlink. You only have 6 other websites linking to you, which is not very many. The job that we need to do here is to go out and find as many websites as possible that are relevant and trustworthy that we can ask to link back to your site. When they link back to your site, as long as Google trusts them, they will trust you too. Let's go ahead and take a look at, again, 5-star. So 5-star has a trust score of only 3%, not very high, but you can see that just doing a little bit of work will get you a lot of traffic. We do not need 1,000 backlinks. That's too many. Many of the backlinks here are actually hurting them. So we would do a much better job of finding relevant backlinks for you. Okay, that's the second thing, build trust in your website with backlinks. The third thing that I said I'd mention to you is what we call citations. This is any mention of your business name, address, and phone number anywhere on an online directory like Yelp, BBB, Yellow Pages, and hundreds of others that you've never heard of probably. When we list your business name, address, and phone number on a directory hundreds of times, it gives you the opportunity to win the maps section here. If you're in the maps section, this is the first 3 results ever shown in Google, and you get a good opportunity to win a lot of business. Here's 5-star, they're in the maps, and 5-star is also here in the organic section. This is why they're getting so much business, Alex. So this would be the goal for us. So there you go. This is all I wanted to mention to you. Content. My suggestion, write more content and make sure that it contains the keywords that describe your services in the locations that you do them that match the keywords of your customers searching for you in Google. Okay. Number 2, backlinks. Build trust to your website. Build a list of websites that will link to you. And when they link to you, they'll drive trust to you, and then Google can trust you. And the third thing is mention your business name, address, and phone number in online directories so that you can win the maps section. The opportunity is lots of customers visiting you, which they are currently not visiting you today. So there you go, Alex. The reason why I've made this video for you is I hope that it's useful. If you have any questions, if you want any help doing any of this work, this is the kind of work that I do. So I'd be more than happy to help you out. In the meantime, thank you for watching the video, and I look forward to speaking to you.